Maine. Known to many as vacation land, a destination with its gorgeous waterfronts and a draw for its great outdoor recreational activities. But behind the beauty lurks a darker side.
Yes, sex trafficking is happening in Maine.
Hope Rising is a housing and treatment facility for survivors of sex trafficking. Director Carrie Nason says it's happening across the state and even right here in Penobscot County.
Sometimes it means that people are brought to different parts throughout the state. Sometimes they stay in certain locations, that it isn't just isolated to more urban areas, that this is occurring in rural areas.
A 2015 report estimates there are about 200 to 300 victims of sex trafficking in Maine annually.
I think it's a fair assessment. This is something that's been going on for a long time. Again, we don't see it frequently here, but with the label sex trafficking sort of becoming more of a widespread term over the past few years, we have seen a slight increase in reports on it.
The 2017 report Human Trafficking in Maine states people who commit sex trafficking crimes, quote, frequently prey on the trust and vulnerability of their victims.
Sometimes that could be a family that isn't able to meet their needs. They turn out their children or family members to be able to earn income to be able to take care of the family.
Nason says that most often victims know their trafficker.
It's a friend, it's a partner, it's a family member, it's someone they know, or they get introduced to someone through a friend, or they meet someone online. It's typically not a stranger type of situation.
That report found only an estimated 14% of trafficking victims report the crimes against them. Sergeant Wade Betters with the Bangor Police Department says these cases come with barriers for law enforcement.
There have been times when we've gotten notification and we've interacted with people that we feel are involved in that activity, but getting them to cooperate has been very, very difficult.
And the reason could be multiple factors.
For victims who are caught up in trafficking and are being trafficked, it is dangerous to talk to the police. It means essentially that person is going to tell law enforcement what's going on, and there's a price that comes with that.
The Maine Trafficking Report also says in some cases, online dating websites or other websites can lure victims in.
It's not uncommon to use the internet to find these type of services available. A lot of times some specific internet sites will advertise certain services, sexual services that are available in certain towns.
Better says this is a problem driven by a need.
If you have a lot of people that are responding to these types of ads, they're going to keep coming. And unfortunately, it's just like a bigger circle of further victimizing more people.
In Bangor, Gina Marini, ABC 7, Fox 22.
I was pretty badly bruised from being tied up to a chair, and he was really angry that I had gotten away from him. It was just a very bad situation.
Kathy is a sex trafficking victim. Growing up in southern Maine, she says life at home with young parents was difficult.
There were just a lot of struggles at home. There was a lot of fighting.
A report put out in 2015 states often victims are between the ages of 13 and 30. Kathy fit the mold. Moving out at 17 and still in high school, she found herself in a tough situation.
There's not really anyone that will rent an apartment to a 17-year-old per se. So I was involved with a lot of people that were older than me.
She says many of those people were working at a strip club, encouraging her to become involved in that scene.
Working at a coffee shop, working in a bakery, ends didn't really meet to also live independently.
After high school, she met her first serious boyfriend. At first, life together was great, but it wasn't long before things took a turn for the worse.
He met a drug dealer who was from New York, but he encouraged us to rent an apartment for him.
But with her boyfriend getting into more serious drugs, constantly in and out of rehab, as well as in trouble with the law, she was stuck.
And it became more apparent that it wasn't just drugs that he was selling, gun trafficking and sex trafficking as well.
The director of Hope Rising says quite often drug traffickers are involved in other crimes.
Traffickers that are connected with gangs, connected with organized crime. And so this is a branch of their business.
According to the 2017 report Human Trafficking in Maine, sex traffickers take advantage of their victims' addictions as well as their economic situations.
I don't have a job, I don't have a way to make money, I don't have a way to take care of myself. What a great way to keep them stuck, to keep them trapped.
Like other victims, Kathy says she didn't have a choice.
In a lot of ways, I didn't have another option because I didn't really have the support. I didn't really have a way out.
Kathy did get away, but was lured back by someone she trusted.
At that point, I really did just hope that I would die because I just didn't see a way out of that situation.
Kathy made it out of the darkness. Her life is looking better, but there are countless others still reaching for that light. In Bangor, Gina Marini, ABC 7, Fox 22.